This is the top 10 best Rikku Overdrive mixes in Final Fantasy X. Today we're ranking her most powerful, game-breaking recipes to see which one truly stands out on top. Kicking off our list is Super Mighty G. Think of this as the foundation of any solid in-game defensive strategy. While it might get outshined by its bigger brother later on this list, its power and early accessibility can't be overstated. This mix grants the entire party shell, protect, haste, and regen. Suddenly, devastating physical attacks are softened, magical assaults are blunted, your whole party is moving at double speed, getting more turns to unleash havoc, and you are passively healing. It's the perfect pre-battle buff, all rolled into a single efficient turn. A couple of recommended combinations are a chocobo feather plus a map, or a healing spring mixed with a grenade. For a quick, reliable party-wide defensive boost, Super Mighty G is an essential tool in your arsenal. Coming in at number 9, we have the ultimate reset button, Super Elixir. We've all been there, homie. A brutal super boss fight. Half the party is down, the others are poisoned, silenced, and clinging to life with low HP and no MP. Your white mage is out of commission, and you're one big attack away from a game over. That's where this beautiful mix come in to save the day. This mix is a supercharged mega elixir that fully heals all allies HP and MP to their absolute maximum. As a bonus, it cures abnormal status effects except for Doom, Power Break, Magic Break, Armor Break, and Mental Break. It's a complete party refresh that can swing the entire momentum of a fight back in your favor. Just be warned, targets with zombie will be KO'd. There are a couple of great recipes. One is combining a potion with a level 1 key sphere, which you can get by bribing imps. Another is mixing a healing spring with a map. You can farm healing springs by defeating Kodos in the monster arena in the area conquest section. It's an emergency button you should always have in your back pocket. At number 8, we have the Calamity Bomb. This mix is an incredible tool for crowd control, dealing approximately 3,600 damage to all enemies on the field. But its main purpose is inflicting a swarm of status effects. I mean nasty status effects. It will hit all enemies with poison, darkness, silence, and sleep for 5 rounds, and even a 50% chance of full break, unless they're immune. This is a great way for softening up tough groups of fiends, especially in the monster arena. For a simple recipe, just mix one level 1 key sphere with a frag grenade, Hypello potion, or musk. It's a workhorse mix that will carry you throughout a lot of the in-game content. Coming in at number 7, we have the offensive powerhouse, one of my favorites, Chaos Grenade. It takes the concept of our previous entry, Calamity Bomb, and cranks it up a notch. While Rikku's greatest strengths are often her support abilities, don't sleep on her ability to bring pure pain, unadulterated destruction. Chaos Grenade unleashes a massive, and I mean a massive wave of non-elemental damage, dealing around 7,300 damage to all enemies. And if Rikku has a weapon with break damage limit, a critical hit can even exceed that 9,999 damage. But its true power is in the absolute laundry list of status effects it inflicts. This one mix hits all enemies with slow, poison, darkness, silence, and sleep for 8 rounds, plus a devastating full break with a 150% success rate. That is insane, homie. Now, it doesn't just damage an enemy, it cripples them from every conceivable angle. For a great recipe, try mixing a far plane shadow with a level 1 key sphere. You can steal far plane shadows from ghosts. Another option is a far plane wind and a level 1 key sphere. You would get a load of far plane winds for unlocking the Chimeragus at the monster arena. For its ability to completely shut down and damage the entire enemy parties, Chaos Grenade is a certified monster. We're just getting into the truly broken stuff, the kind of mixes that make you wonder what the developers were actually thinking. What's your go-to recipe for shattering the game's difficulty, homie? Comment below your favorite Rikku mix, and let's all get overpowered together. For our number 6 and number 5 spots, we have to talk about two mixes together because their synergy is the engine that drives Riku's insane in-game loot. At number 6 is Hotspurs, and at number 5 we have Eccentric. On their own, they are good. However, together, they are legendary. Hotspurs makes all allies' overdrive gauges fill up at a 1.5 times the normal rate. A recommended combination is an elixir plus a level 1 key sphere. You can bribe a Machina Fiend's YKT63 or YKT11 for elixirs. Meanwhile, Eccentric makes all allies' overdrive gauges fill up at 2 times the normal rate. Now, here's the crucial game-breaking secret. This effect can stack with Hotspurs, using both results in your party's overdrive gauge filling up at a ludicrous speed, homie. It feels like a cheat code, allowing you to spam your most powerful overdrives like Wakka's attack reels or Titus's Blitz Ace almost every single time. For recommended combinations, you can mix a amulet with another amulet. Defeating the ThaRetroEra in the monster arena is a great way to get 4 of them at once. Another recipe is a Mega Elixir plus a level 1 key sphere. You can get a huge stash of Mega Elixirs by unlocking the Shinryu at the monster arena or by bribing the fiend Varuna. This synergy is the foundation of the nuke strategy that trivializes super bosses. Coming in at number 4, we have the Miracle Drink. Now, this is a fantastic overdrive mix for one simple reason. It makes all allies always deal critical hits when using commands that are capable of dealing critical hits. This is a huge damage multiplier that doesn't rely on having game-breaking items. This mix is an absolute lifesaver if you're struggling to obtain luck spheres from the infamous Earth Eater super boss. Farming luck is one of the most tedious grinds in the game, but with Miracle Drink, homie, you can bypass a huge chunk of it. It gives your physical damage characters the ability to consistently deal massive critical hits. The recommendation is a designer wallet plus a map. If your character have maxed out strength, this mix will absolutely obliterate enemies. For many bosses, it's simply game over. Cracking our top 3 is the ultimate elemental insurance policy, Ultra Null All. Certain bosses love to spam powerful party-wide elemental magic. Nil Slug and Greater Sphere come to mind. They can feel completely unfair sometimes. Unless you have Rikku, however, with one simple mix, you can render their entire magical arsenal nearly useless. Ultra Null All casts Null Blaze, Null Shock, Null Tide, and Null Frost on all allies. But the insane part doesn't stop there. This mix also casts Cheer, Focus, Aim, and Reflex on your party, with each getting a stack of 5 uses at once, bro. That is insane. So not only you are heavily protected from elemental damage, but your party's physical and magical capabilities are massively boosted. For a very simple recipe, just mix 2 healing springs together. Now remember, you can get your healing springs from defeating Kodos in the Monster Arena's area conquest section. Cracking our number 2 spot is the most infamous game-breaking god-tier Rikku Overdrive mix. Of course, it had to be Trio of 9999. This is no single ability in Final Fantasy X that is more fundamentally shatters the game's balance. Once active, it makes all your allies' attacks deal a minimum of 9,999 damage per hit, and recovery effects will heal for at least 9,999 HP. Wakka's attack reels doesn't hit for a few thousand. It has the potential to hit 12 times for 9,999 damage each. Titus's Slice and Dice becomes a flurry of max damage strikes. It renders enemies' defense and your own stat completely irrelevant. All that matters is how many times you can hit the enemy. There are many recipes for this. You can mix 2 Wings of Discovery, and you can get 30 of those by winning the Chocobo race at the Remium Temple. Another is using a Shining Gem with a Door of Tomorrow. You can unlock the Monster Arena Spada to get a bunch of Shining Gems. And here we are, the number 1 most insane, game-breaking overdrive mix in Rikku's arsenal. While raw damage is great, what's even better is being literally invincible. At number 1, we have the single greatest defensive ability in the entire game, Hyper Mighty G. This is what you use when you want to make your party efficiently, and I mean effectively immortal. It takes Super Mighty G and cranks it up to an absurd degree. When Rikku uses this mix, she casts Shell, Protect, Haste, Regen for 20 turns, and most importantly, auto life is on the entire party. Let's break that down. Your defenses are buffed. Your speed is doubled. You're passively healing every turn. And if an enemy somehow manages to land a killing blow, you are instantly revived. Against super bosses with unavoidable party wiping attacks, Hyper Mighty G isn't just helpful, homie. It is mandatory, especially against penance and your dark AIs. It is the you can't lose button. There are a few ways to pull this off. A great recipe is a healing spring plus a Door of Tomorrow, which you can steal from Ultimate Weapon to get by unlocking the Catastrophe. Another is using a healing spring with a Underdog Secret, which you can get from Ren after finding all the Owlbear primers. With this mix, you can play with a level of aggression with confidence that is simply not possible otherwise. Rikku isn't just the best support character in Final Fantasy X, she's the key to godhood. But why stop here? If you want to push your power even further beyond, check out these playlists right here.